Okay, Trustee Banducci, did you want to say anything? It's late.
Yeah, I will say we've had a couple of meetings on this topic. We had another one on Monday. It was President Swayne, myself, Trustee McKenzie, Alex Harris, Sarah Garcia, Susie, Lloyd. I think that counts for everybody. Sean was not there at that one. He was at the previous one. And the new president of the Booster Club, Tony Norris, was not able to attend, and he had been at the prior meeting.
Yeah.
I think those were the two differences.
Yeah, I just, if I may, take it off your statements and keep going if I could.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
So we've been meeting and had these discussions, and I think
Yep,
it should be there.
appreciate the NIC president and associated people who's directly impacted by the athletic decisions and budget. Mrs. Sarah Garcia has been amazing, working very hard in producing numbers from this conversation that was this motion that we've drafted is collaboratively developed based off of understandings. And so would someone please make this motion that Trustee Banducci drafted and collaborated with our president. The motion is that our return to the NJCAA for all SWAC affiliated sports, we do so as a Division I institutionally funded NJCAA program. Division I meaning the institution will cover tuition fees, books, rooms, and board, and one round-trip flight for the student athlete as permitted by NJCAA Division I rules for the full allocation of the scholarship allowed by NJCAA regulations, regardless of residency for the student. If I may have that motion, please say so moved.
So moved.
Trustee Banducci has made the motion. Thank you. Is there a second?
Second for discussion.
Second for discussion. Trustee Corco.
Under discussion, have we been told what the effect on the budget will be from this?
Trustee President
Yeah,
Swayne,
so
would you like to make a presentation?
If we have 152 athletes, if all of them are from out of district or out of state or international, the potential impact is $5 million. About $3 million additional dollars, and that's a pretty good estimate. Sarah, are we tracking that? So,
Well, no, we didn't request the travel money, so I don't want that included in that number, because that wasn't from us on this motion.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying,
That
just
number is
keep
quite
what this
different
motion's doing,
right,
So
because there's different pots of money here.
correct. But it's in the $3 million without travel, and $5.
The maximum cost, if it were at the maximum cost for what's being proposed, a maximum incremental cost, $2.6 million for those specific items that were just listed.
Thank you.
yes, thank you. That was more reflective of the Monday meeting. But headlines
It was a
are
number.
Okay, thank you for your question. Any other questions on this topic? If we're going to do this right, is what Trustee Banducci has said from the beginning, that we're going to support the recommendation of our president in June and we shall do this. President Swayne, you seem like you want to say something.
Well, I still ponder and have been trying to balance the mission of the college, which is a community college, and serving the community and recruiting international athletes who come here, can only play but can't stay. And so, is that consistent with our mission and using $2.6 million in taxpayer funds to compete at this level? Those things, I'm trying to figure out where we are, and is this who we are? And so I don't object to it if that's a consensus of the board and the direction that the community wants to go, fine. I might suggest that rather than go whole hog with every sport, that you allow us the opportunity to work with knowing that that's the top end, can we work with the coaches and athletic directors to find an on-ramp so that we can make it a sustainable on-ramp? And one of the things that I just say that concerns me, you saw the two young ladies from the soccer team today and 4 or 5 members of the male soccer team, and with very few exceptions, those students are coming from our area. And so we provide an opportunity for regional athletes that are really good athletes to come on our campus and compete. And maybe we can step that up, but I think that giving the coaches basically carte blanche to recruit nationally and internationally, we're likely to start seeing non-native people here competing, and then as soon as we pay for their education and travel back home once a year, they go home to wherever that is. We have 3 young ladies from Spain. They're awesome basketball players. 1 young lady from Australia. But when they finish their educational career here, they go home. So I just want to think about what is the right, is there a right balance that we can create a more sustainable program that is somewhat less than 2.6 million additional dollars that still allows us to be competitive and is more sustainable as a transition period as we move towards the full Division I. If that's
I
the
think we've
consensus
just
of-
did that this past month, and I appreciate the conversations you've had with coaches and that kind of stuff, and I do appreciate what you've done. So Trustee Banducci,
Well, again,
because we.
2 things. We do it right. I asked Sarah if I was going to have a surprise. This was a conversation that didn't occur during the 2 meetings, but now I've got it.
Well, we
I
didn't
didn't
have
need
to
it.
think about it. I
Well,
mean,
but yeah, I know,
No,
but
you
out
went
in
to
out in
coaches and you
public,
asked them.
again, it appears that there's an antagonistic thing going on here and a push-pull, and you're
I'm not-
disagreeing with the board, but that's okay. It's okay. We don't need to have this further. But here's the deal. The coaches also know that this is an upper limit. This is the extreme. This is where worst-case scenario, this is the max. So what you tell everybody to do is to do it smartly, prudently, efficiently, prudently. And if you abuse it, or if you do go hog wild and you do all this, then the board will just adjust it to next year. We're going to be watching to make sure that everybody still does this with the proper spirit and intent. And it's not here's a ticket to the buffet. So we're going to fund it. We're going to put it in place. We've got the policy. It's established. We work within that framework. And then each of the coaches is going to have to exercise the appropriate discretion and manage their team properly within the context of that. And if anybody does abuse it or go hog wild, I suspect Sarah will let us know. Or
Trustee
somebody will.
Wagner, if I
Or
could
Sean
have the
will.
floor before you, if you want, there's something I want.
So that's it. So I think
There's one
it'll
thing-
self-regulate, because if it doesn't, we have the control, we can always.
The
change it
accreditation
again.
standards were inverted 2-3 years ago in 2020, and we're empowering the individual workforce who interacts with the students. And this, as you just said, is an opportunity to get diverse students, and it would contribute to the diversity on campus.
Absolutely, and we'll still have plenty of local athletes, guaranteed. Some of
And
the sports.
to inspire local athletes and to compete. So we are entering into Division I bracket, and it is very competitive, and we are here to support our students who are brave enough to step forward in that very competitive realm, and I feel that this is the best decision for the students. Trustee Wagner.
What I'm hearing, if I can dissect it a little bit, is you're setting the guardrails in the policy really wide, but I don't hear anything that says the college administration can't use judgment to optimize the use of resources, and if they decide that they don't want, that it's not beneficial to have international students get certain privileges, they can do that. Is that correct?
Well,
No, you can't do that.
So do I have the authority to manage this program, or is this going to be managed by the board?
Well, we are expanding the budget, and I would assume that individual departments would be willing to spend their portion of the budget very wisely.
That doesn't answer the question. Am I managing this, or is the board managing this?
Sir, we're approving the budget, and I would expect you to carry out the board's will to support our student athletes at the full maximum the board is willing to support them for. Are you willing to do that? Because you said you were willing to do that if
I'm willing
that's
to
the
do it. I
board
just-
will
I-
on Monday.
I-
So I want to know if that's going to be any obstruction for coaches to get the scholarships they need for students. We care about the students. We want our athletic sports to succeed.
I am not objecting. I'm trying to get clarification.
And I'm giving it to you. Are the coaches going to be able to provide the scholarships they need for students and make the decisions?
So I just, yes, but just understand that it's a potential $2.6 million hit
Yes.
on the budget.
And we're representing the taxpayers, and we're saying that this is the priority in the budget. All those in favor of this motion passing, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say nay.
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 The motion passes 3-2. The athletic sports department here at North Idaho College is soon to be unparalleled, and we look forward to the support of the students, and congratulations to the athletic department, and congratulations to
Mr.
North
Chairman?
Idaho College, and congratulations to the president
One
for
quick item
stewarding
for the
board
good of
well.
the order.